Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Link Henchlow, and today I've got something special for you. Today we've got Saline Mustangs from the Mangy-Cours circuit in France. Something a little bit different than the usual Race2Play offerings, instead of the Formula 1 Pro Series. In the meantime, let's take a look real quick at the driver standings for this event. In this series, this is the season finale, and right now we have at the top of the board a pairing of RaceBrazil.com.br teams, drivers. Mike Dos Santos currently leads with a nice round even 100 points, starting 5 events, winning all of them pretty much, with 4 poles. Following close behind is his teammate Daniel Spinola, just 10 points back. However, Daniel's managed to start all 6 events, but he has yet to get 4 poles, so we'll see if he's able to close the gap up here today. At the moment, looking at the on track, we happen to see Daniel Spinola, currently on track in a Mustang. Currently, he is in at a 136.194 and is looking to set that time even quicker. So a little bit of information about this particular mod. It is the Saline Mustang LE mod. Looks to be pretty interesting. I haven't had a chance to drive this car yet, but it's very cool looking. This car is not a whole lot of setup options to it, so it's very easy to get in there and play with it, and for the most part, you can find a quick setup with it easily. In this particular mod, there is just one car to rule them all. There is just one vehicle you can select. You pick your skin, and everybody worked with it. We just restarted the practice session for the week. We have qualifying in about 15 minutes. Well, actually 12. It's 3:03 local time now. When we get into qualifying, should be a few seconds. I think it's about 10 or 15 minutes. We'll see. Some of the rules for this particular series: it uses the standard Race2Play scoring system. I believe it's something similar to Formula 1, where it's like 20, 18, 16, something along those lines, and goes on and so forth. We'll double check that. A lot of guys are signed up for this event. If I remember correctly looking at it, there's 36 positions, and there was a overflow on the wait lists. So a lot of guys looking to get into this event, which is strange considering that it's almost over. But it's a very popular mod, and should prove to be an entertaining event. Take a look at the guys on the track. Here's Glenn Waldo. Has yet to post the time so far in this session, but looking to post one here real quick in the abbreviated practice session. Glenn is one of the stalwarts around Race2Play. Just posted the time, 141.867. It seems our steward for the evening is Barry Hendrick, who happens to also be a driver at the same time, too, so this will be interesting. We have the 10-minute warning to the qualifying session, so in the meantime, we're just going to look around, see what's going on, sights and sounds. As previously mentioned, this is the Mangy-Cours circuit in France, former Grand Prix level track. See the start-finish line right there. We'll watch Paulo Martins as he circulates around the place. Just in at a 136.304. Let's go on board with Paulo. Oh, and he runs wide. That's not gonna do it. No, sorry. Okay, how about Alexander Mililat? Okay, I totally botched that name. I'm sorry. As you can see, this car slides around a lot. Not a whole lot of setup changes you can do to it. Pretty much you can change springs, slow, quick rebound on the shocks, and sway bars. I think that's about it. Maybe air pressure too. If you're familiar with some of the past broadcasts we've done on RGC1 with Race2Play in the Formula 1 series, you'll notice that's a slightly different display style. One of the programs I use to help bring you these broadcasts is the RF Dyne HUD, and with this HUD, we're able to create a wide variety of styles in terms of not only telemetry, but also TV broadcasting telemetry. In this case, we have selected the World Series of the Know template by Tron for our demonstration purposes. Camelot gets it all sideways in the turn. You can drift these things. A couple of corners to go. That is a tough chicane to get through, it looks like. Oh, and he loops it around. And promptly sends it to the garage. A couple of guys around the track. Rubens Filho. Currently cycling around the 21st. Currently 20 cars have shown up. We'll see if any more show up. I hope a lot of people show up, because I like a lot of cars. And these Mustangs are pretty cool. Looks like this one's a flying lizard car. Inside. See how he does. Okay, coming to a quick stop. What's going on here? Interesting choice. Daniel Spinola, 135.918 is currently focused in this practice session, but when it comes time for qualifying, that's where the money's going to count. With a big field like this track looking to be very technical in nature, a good qualifying position will be important. A lot of narrow one-lane chicanes and hairpin turns like this. Good braking opportunity, but you don't get in a proper position. You don't cause an incident. Who else is that here? Victor Suto. That's how you pronounce it. It's coming out for a new lap. I believe the format for this upcoming qualifying session is one session. About 10-15 minutes will set the field. Everybody out on track at the same time except for the TV car. Nobody likes the TV car getting in the way. Just 3/10 off the lead time in Sector 1. Cars everywhere in this hairpin. One thing I do enjoy about these cars, just by looking at them, they do enjoy sliding around a lot. Very easy to grab a big handful like there and just go with it. Also noticing a large bit of difference in time gaps. A couple of guys, mostly are spreading out within 3-4 tenths of each other per lap. These things being so rough around the edges in terms of setup, it's easy to get a good setup with these things, I believe, but at the same time, I would imagine not having so many finite setup options like you do with an F1 car, it's very hard to squeeze a couple of tenths out of these things. It mostly comes down to the driver's skill, which I believe is why this series has been so popular over the past several months. Race2Play has been running these cars in a series. Victor Suto grabbing a little bit of grass right there. In the corner. Okay, that's not working. Oh well. A couple of slight technical difficulties. Woo! Nice little slide. This thing's got a lot of wheel spin to him. Taris gets into the braking zone. Can't quite get it done in practice. I mean, who's that he's passing? He's trying to pass Lucas Abreu. More cars cycling in to the session. Right now looks like 22 cars shown up. Just a couple of minutes left to go until the qualifying session. That's when we'll get down to business. Senio Alpha currently on track. A nice light, well, dark and light blue Mustang stripes. Looks kind of cool. Currently 5th at a time of 1 minute 37.031. Well, the event sword says forget that. Time for qualifying. No chat in qualifying or race. Hey, I get to blabble all I want. You can't hear me. Nah, 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 nah. 10-minute qualifying session. Use pit lane speed. Go on the green. 45-minute race. Straight up standing start. Good luck and have fun, says the event steward. So here we go. It is time for qualifying. 10-minute session upcoming. Cars making their way out onto pit road. Looks like... Can I find his name? Yes, I can. Looks like David Ducot is going to try to take advantage of his... Well, almost. Looks like we got a pair. Oh, excuse me, that's Dennis Ducot, not David. Because David Torres is up here. I got those two guys wrong. That's all. That's not good. Anyways, looks like David Torres is going to be the first out onto the circuit for qualifying. Not in the... Oh! That looked like it was going to hurt. Warming up the tires in his Mustang. Oh! Contact! That was not good. David Torres is going to escape out. I believe in this lower series, the escape rule is slightly relaxed. You can escape and come back just as long as you do it safely. Here's David Torres coming back out. Ducati tries to merge. Looks like Torres is going to be... Oh, wait. Yeah, Torres is already reset. There's a little lap counter I got going here. The default R factor setup. And if somebody escapes that, it ticks that up. It's a little confusing. So basically, I'm waiting for somebody to flip it. My Kaka Santos, right here. He's going to be the first guy to set a time. Assuming he makes it through the qualifying run intact. Let's go on board. Around. Set the first time on board. Minute 36.593. Pursuito follows that up with a minute 38. Now all sorts of times piling in. Eight cars quickly. 9, 10, 11 cars quickly file times. Kaka Santos quickest of them all so far. Whoa! Little contact on track. Got a nice little rolling chicane right here. I'm a lot in Suliac. Having to take evasive maneuvers. Very crowded track this afternoon. Whoa! Nice little slide. Coming around to set another time. I'm a lot only on 38.841. Glenn Waldo. On track in a red and black Mustang. Has yet to set a time. He's currently on his first flyer. Times all over the board thus far. Oh, Glenn loses it. Ouch. That's going to be a bit of a repair bill, but we'll probably come back at it real quick. Sanito Alpha is clocked in at a minute 36.951. Doing pretty good for himself at the moment. Daniel Spinola, top of the board, minute 35.743. Very good times so far. Look, John Sproul has yet to post a time, but he's currently on a flyer. He's got traffic in front. Tony goes straight. He should have turned left. Take a left turn to Albuquerque there. John Sproul, 1.7 seconds behind. I believe sector 2 that was. He's in sector 3. Set a fairly decent lap. Oh great, I got the jackhammer sound going again somewhere. Now it's roll minute 38.740. 2997. Ah. So I guess we're gonna have to deal with the crowd breaking out the jackhammers. And here comes the man of the hour. Mike Dos Santos has just entered the game and left. Well, that was anticlimactic. Martin is currently on track. Looking to make a good time in Sector 2. He's about a second back. His current fast lap is a minute 37.368. That's 1.625 seconds back of the pole sitter. Right now, that's still Daniel Spinola. We'll see if Apollo can pick up, or is this projecting to be slightly slower? Yep, Apollo can pick up on that time. Tommy Nilsson. Very close. Just a couple hundredths back. Looking to make a good run at the pole. He's got a little lap traffic to deal with. If he can get a clean run, I think he's got a shot at this. Just cleared through Sector 1. He's currently in Sector 2. Clears the lap traffic easy. Got Martin Carty in front. Does a pretty good job, I think. Looks like that was Valentin Soliak, just clocking in 5th. Tommy Nielsen loses about 3/10 in that sector. He's about 6/10 behind in his current lap time, so he's got about a 3/10 buffer. Looks like Mike Dos Santos has returned to the field. Might be starting in the back of this one. There's not enough time, I think, to get out and get another lap in, so everybody on track is pretty much going to be it. Comes around, Tommy Nilsson loses another 5/10. Doesn't pick up on that lap time. Oh, Alpha can't get the last corner negotiated. Back to Barry. Oh, that's a very pretty Mustang. Barry Hendrick. What was that last lap? Minute 37.548, so he picks up a little bit on that run. However, I don't think that got him any gap. 3 cars have yet to set a time, and they won't be able to with just 45 seconds to go in the session. Glenn Waldo, Tony Palmero is going to give it a shot around the outside of Jan Spool. And the aforementioned Mike Dos Santos is going to probably start in the back behind the TV car. Ooh, the TV car is going to take up a spot, isn't it? There's going to be a gap on the grid. Oh boy. Tony manages to get across the start-finish line to start another lap, so he probably will be the last guy to get a time going. Finish up the lap. Why is Jan Spool showing a 10-minute time? Ah, the session's over, so that little bit at the bottom goofs up. It's actually now ticking away at excess time in the session. Okay. Very interesting little glitch right there. First time running this particular scheme, so maybe some minor goofs here and there. See those finishing laps. Interesting spot to park your car. Karsten Rudorf in a bright orange and yellow striped Mustang. What's on the blue? Oh, it looks like Pip Boy's on the hood. That's cute. Tony to finish his lap. Pretty much just waiting on this one guy, and then we'll get to the warm-up session. He's going to clock in at a minute 55.333, so at least he gets around the DB car. And I believe that will do it for qualifying. So on the pole, Daniel Spinola with a minute 35.743. Very nicely done. Top of the board in the 35s. Only 2 cars in the minute 35 bracket. Alexander Milot is in second. Then you have about 8 cars within minute 36. So it looks like, at the moment, there's 22 drivers on the server. A couple of guys checked out during the qualifying session, which is going to be a scant 2 minutes in length. As previously mentioned, this is a straight-up standing start. Cars will get onto the track, and they will get their best shot. Looks like a new guy. Paula Martin's doing practice starts. And whoa, what's going on here? Well, you're gonna be able to figure out who's Mike Dos Santos is. He's got a bright yellow Mustang with black stripes. He's gonna get out there and try to cut his way up through the field. So now we're just merely waiting on the race session. Oh, Cacasantos sideways into the sand. A lot of running room if you happen to go off the track in most of the places. There's a couple of points where it gets really narrow. Okay, interesting joke. That was prison. There is a backstory in this segment. We'll have to go figure it out. Yep, there it goes again. Finish the session. And it starts ticking upward. Interesting. So, here we go. Race session. Straight up standing start.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
45 minutes for a lap. No, wait, 45 minutes for the entire race. Okay. Which button do I push? Which button do I push for free roam camera? Oh, there we go. Hey, how do I zoom in? That's how I zoom in. There you go. So there's the grid. They're all lined up nice and pretty. And away they go. Oh, lots of action in the back. Cars slipping, sliding everywhere. Look at Dos Santos running through the grass. Wow! Cars everywhere. Daniel Spinola manages to get out ahead real quick through the first sector. And that little detail's going to be interesting. Okay. 1 second back. Take a look at Dos Santos. All the way up to 10th. Oh! And bounces off a few cars. Very Hendrick amongst them. Look real quick at the damage settings. 100% damage, so these cars must be able to take a beating and keep on ticking. While Dos Santos just slicing his way through the field. All sideways. Up front, Daniel Spinola having a good run of it early on. Through the first chicane. Whoops. I keep pushing the wrong button here, guys. I gotta work this out. Cars everywhere around the circuit. Ooh, a couple of orange Mustangs side by side. Who is that? Look back through here. Looks to be Joseph and Rudolph. Ooh! Punt! Joseph punts Rudolph off into the sand, and that's going to send him to the tail end of the field. Best battle on the track so far appears to be this little mishmash right here. Looks Brave defending against Pursudo. One's got root beer, the other one's just got a Mustang. Oh, and Abreu goes off with sand. He's going to have to rejoin back in 12th. Just loses a couple of positions, but a lot of bumping and beating and banging. Trying to find a little bit of room to race. David Torres tries to get a run on Lucas. Goes to tail. Side by side, can't quite get there. And has to get back in line. Meanwhile, cars punting left, right, everywhere. Pseudo got sideways, looks like right there. Ooh, flash the headlights, I think by Lucas. That's not going to look too kindly. Action's heating up all over the place. Pseudo tries to get a nose underneath Abreu. There's Pseudo right there. Flash the headlights. I know you're back here, buddy. Don't think I'm gonna go down without a fight. Pseudo dives to the inside of the hairpin. Cars everywhere. Dos Santos off to the sand, and Pseudo sideways. Gonna rejoin Dos Santos on his rear bumper along with David Torres to the inside of the next corner. Oh, a little curb pop, curb pop, curb pop. That's not quite gonna do it. Huge gaggle of cars. Dos Santos gets all sideways. Car spins in front, and more shenanigans. Around goes Abreu. And somehow Dos Santos survives again. Bounce Brill in the meantime. Currently in 13th. Just trying to survive in this little chaos. Alexander Emilat has gotten up to the rear bumper of Daniel Spinolo, so we get a battle for the lead momentarily. Field has sorted itself out for the most part. I think Dos Santos takes 9th away from Victor Pseudo again. Ooh, hard. Eduardo Frigado goes sideways. Manages to get it straightened out, no harm, no foul, and away we go. The wacky beat rolls on. Looking here, this is the battle for 5th place. Kaka Santos and Tommy Nilsson goes to tail. Best spot right now. Ooh, very close. Tries to go to the inside. Gets there, but can't get the acceleration off, so Nilsson has to slide back in line. For the most part, Dos Santos just lost a couple of decisions. Or who's What's going on here? Los Santos traveling down the track normally and is just not being scored at the moment. What's going on here? Interesting stuff. We'll have to look and see what's that. Whoa! Torres! Where are you going, man? Off the track. Right turn Clyde. That gives Barry Hendrick a free run. Actually, David Torres is pulled off and parked it. He might have just lost connection. First victim of the evening, David Torres. Let's take a look at the GoPro machine. Barry Hendrick, around with various cameras, seems to be okay for the most part, but there's a nice big old ding right about here. That would be of some cause for concern. Lot on board. Still trying to chase down Daniel Spinola, but is able to stay in the draft. First sector underneath bridge, sponsored by Canada, into the hairpin. This is going to be a good spot. Braking hard, dives to the inside, punts. Punts ever so slightly, but Spinola is able to keep it up. And they move on. Very close action so far in the opening minutes of this race. Using up every little bit of the track. Nilsson still trying to chase down Cox Santos, and where is Dos Santos? He's currently 9th. Dos Santos is 9th. Paulo Martin's currently in 13th, has found himself a little bit of running room, so he can just sit down and get some clean runs in. Somebody's spun off somewhere. Oh, that's near Paulo. There's cars left, right, all over the place. Good grief. I don't know where this action's happening. Sanino Alpha, 3rd, trying to chase down the lead group, but he's only 2.2 seconds behind. They're right there. Camila working on Spinola. Different lines through the first set of corners and the S's. Hello, bro. Nice to meet you. Looks like Spinola gets the better of that. Really going. Up forward, Barry Hendrick. Very tight, but he's got Eduardo Pagodo on his rear bumper. Let's see how they take the hairpin turn momentarily. Oh, to the outside, Eduardo chokes off Barry Hendrick, and Barry has to go around to avoid wrecking everybody. That was not a very kosher move, I would say. That was a little bit aggressive. Nilsson takes up every little bit of the inside chicane. Oh, and he gets around. Very nicely done. Meanwhile, Barry Hendrick is reset back into 12th position. Current fast lap of the race, a minute. 37.059. Nope. Okay, that's just going to compute. Current fast lap by the leader is a minute 37.059. This, we're gonna have to do some work on this for next time. Ow! Through your windshield or your computer screen. And we got the jackhammer sound. Interesting. Steam isn't it? So far, now that things have settled down, everybody seems to be minding their business for the most part. Mark Hardy real close to Victor Sudo. quite get up there. Meanwhile, back up front, battle for the lead still ongoing. These guys have been real close to each other. But Alexander has yet to find a place to pass the Mustang of Daniel Spinola. Battle for 10. It's Paulo Martins defending against Mike Dos Santos right there. Car is going off somewhere. And just to get back on track. Dos Santos very aggressive and very quick. You may remember a couple of weeks ago, way back in the Formula 1 Chinese Grand Prix, Dos Santos very aggressive. Right there, which means side by side. Oh, Paulo Martins gets squirrely, has to get the position up. Dos Santos manages to clear him and set sail for the next victim, which would be John Spruill. And worked his way back up to 9th. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. And Milot side by side with Spinola down the long backstretch of Sector 2. Milot has the preferred line into the first part, and wow! They went side by side in a place where you're only supposed to go one wide, and that almost ended in disaster for the both of them, and that's actually put Alexander in the clutches. Sanino Alpha. So moves Sanino up to second with a slightly ill-advised passing maneuver. I'm a lot. That gives a gap of 2 seconds to Daniel Spinola. He's going to have some breathing room. Try to relax, cool the tires down slightly, because hard-fought battle like that will overheat the tires. Back battle for the 8th position. Dos Santos again marching his way through the field. Victor Sudo not quite within his grasp in the last set of corners. He'll have to wait a couple more to get an opportunity to make the overtake. Oh, what happened here? Sanino Alpha sideways in the hairpin. That's not very good. He's going to lose a couple of positions, gives second back to Milot, and promotes everybody in front of him up one position. Looks like Sanino slotted back in 6th. Right now, battle for 3rd. Cacacentos has to defend against Celiac. So far, having a good run of its. Ooh, Dos Santos sideways. Keeping an eye on the championship leader at the moment. At the current running order, I think they're really close. I think Dos Santos has to get a couple more positions to hang on to it, but it's his teammate, so you never know. Daniel Spinola opens up a 3-second. Ooh! Door bang! Dos Santos goes side by side with Sudo and gives him a parting gift. Oh, here's that little chicane again. Sudo gives up the position. But in the meantime, Daniel Spinola has a 3-second gap. Looking to pull away from Alexander Milot. 15 minutes are through. We have 30 to go in this 45-minute event. Time to sprint. Celiac tries to get it on the inside of Cacacentos, but can't quite get it done. Oh, lap traffic starting to play into it. Ramon Pujols is DNF'd out. 2 cars, 1 lap down. North and Palmero. Soliak in the dark green Mustang in fourth, Santos in the white one up front, and that's a Milot just up the road in a similarly painted green Mustang. Paulo Martins up the hill, trying to catch Victor Sudo's car immediately ahead of him on the road. Dos Santos chasing down Marcardi in front of them. The last chicane, Cardi gets it all wrong, but he's able to hang on to it. He's gonna have a rear mirror of a yellow Mustang, or a rear view mirror full of a Mustang, I would say. Cardi's able to hang on for the time being. In the meantime, battle for the second position. Santos has managed to catch up with Milot. So far, he's able to hang on to the rear bumper for the most part. Looking through the back of the grid. Let's give a top 10 running order real quick. You got Daniel Spinola in the lead, 5 seconds ahead of Alexander Milot. On a couple of steps, you got Santos and Valentin Soliak. Tommy Nielsen having a quiet top 5 run going so far. Lap down Mustang to the inside. In 6th place, Sanino Alpha. Having a good run of it. Also, Mike Dos Santos quickly running his way up through the field after starting dead last. When I say dead last, I mean dead last. Marcardi slightly in the 8th position. Just 25 seconds of drift of the lead. But he probably finds the sand trap. It's going to allow Victor Sudo a chance to take 8. Paulo Martins also in position for that freebie. He can't quite get there. Jan Sproul is in 11th. Followed behind another few seconds down the road, Barry Hendrick. Eduardo Frigato in 13th. Got Lucas Abreu on his rear fender. Haven't heard much from Brian Choa. He's sitting back at 15th, doing okay. Ruben Svillo is in 16th, followed behind by Glenn Waldo. Christian Strees, whoa! Flying all over the place in another brightly orange Mustang. Not having a good night, it looks like. Then we have 3 cars, 1 lap down. Nicholas Joseph, Karsten Rudorf, and Tony Palmero. The DNFs, Ramon Jules and David Torres. Meantime, looks like Santos managed to get around Alexander. Let's see if we can see what happened. Catch it just in the nick of time. Just looks like Alexander went wide and gave the position up. Just moved Santos up to the 2nd position. Back live. Best battle on the track right here. Paulo Martins defending against Marcardi. Into the chicane. Everybody sideways. Lap traffic. Don't stop in the middle of the road, please. That's just rude. Somebody's sideways somewhere. I don't see anybody dropping down the order, so they must be in the back. Now it clears up. 3-car battle for the 2nd position. At the moment, having a good run of it so far, but still about 24 minutes left to go in the session. Santos, Milot, and Soliak. We can fit them all in one screen. Sure, we can. Paulo Martins trying to chase down Victor Sudo while at the same time being chased by Marcardi. It is a giant game of pursuit with a side order of tag, too. Like right there. Tag, you're it. Oh, wait. I didn't touch it. Let me come in there. Hey, wait. Where are you going? Come back here. Aboard with the middle lot. Ooh, to the inside. Can't quite get there. Has to back out of it to avoid punting off the Santos machine. Away they go down in the backstretch. Tries to make it to the inside of the hairpin. Forces the issue. Can he get side by side? Yes, he can. He got the power on. They're side by side for the second position. Can they get it done here? Nope, he backs off. Thanks, better of it. Thank you very much. Don't want to wreck you. Meantime, Daniel Spinola is probably liking this. He's got a 6.3 second lead on Santos at the moment. Eduardo Fragato trying to chase down Lucas Abreu for 13th. Ooh, Lucas has to take every little bit of curve to get around. And gets a slight runoff. Excellent. Things have stabilized throughout the running order. See some gaps for the most part. Ooh, Karsten Rudorf has gone out. Might be a disco issue. That leaves, my count is correct, Karsten Rudorf is going to cycle around to first position, so that leaves 20 cars in the race, 18 of which are on the lead lap. Meanwhile, Dos Santos, all by his little lonesome, he's got nobody to pass. Take a look at his ping, pretty good in relation to myself. Paula Martins. Currently, this looks to be the best battle on track. Martins and Mark Hardy. They're going to go into the braking zone. There's one hairpin. Mark Hardy gets really close, but gets on the curbs and can't get the power down. Has to back off. Good try, though, I would say. Brian Shoa has managed to track down Lucas Abreu. I think actually Abreu's gone off somewhere because now Abreu is signaling. What is this all about? Maybe Abreu thinks he's been done wrong? Ooh, Abreu actually punts a lap down car out of the way. That's Tony Palmero he's just knocked out of the way. That was not very nice there, Lucas. Right now looking around, trying to find some action. Cars have scattered out with 1 to 2 second gaps. 25 minutes in of this 45-minute event. It is a sprint race, so no need to come into the pits for any service. So pretty much you have what you have. Car off in the chicane and just keep it going again. Mark Hardy and Paula Martins within a second of each other. Still trying to make a good show of it. I believe 10th place actually is the final points making position. I'll have to double check. Somebody else has gone off. Hey, Christian Stories, you're off in the sand pit. You DNF. So another victim of the sand pit of doom, we'll call it. That'll put Christian Stories 20th, I believe. Meanwhile, Santos, Alexander Milot side by side briefly. But Milot can't quite get the power down and has to yield the position for the time being. Ooh! Here's a little clean of the rear bumper. They're going into the hairpin turn side by side. They're going to try to outbrake each other. Ding! In the door. Get the positions to me a lot for the time being. We now have a 4-car battle for the second position. Milot, Santos, Suliak, and Alpha all right there in the mix. And actually, Santos in danger of losing third to Suliak. But not in a very good position to pass that particular part of the track right there. Meanwhile, actually, Alpha is going to get a good run on Suliak. Takes 4th, but gets the crossover. Can't quite get it done. Suliak is going to go back to 5th, promote Alpha to 4th. And right now, they're having a good time. You got Victor Sudo, Paulo Martins, and Mark Hardy in a battle for the 8th position. 3 cars in the mix. Having a good run of it so far. Look around, those appear to be the 2 best spots on the track for battles at the moment. Meanwhile, Daniel Spinola still leads with a 9-second gap on second place. Milot 3 wide into the corner. Santos takes advantage of lap traffic, makes the pass, but then gets crossed over. So that was just a giant waste of tires. Meanwhile, Tony Palmero is in that group. Just trying to survive out here. We'll see if he actually manages to finish the race, which would be an accomplishment if he manages to survive out here. Seems pretty crazy so far. Ooh. Looked like Blue Car Alpha was about to get crossed up. Meanwhile, Victor Suto, Paulo Martins were side by side briefly in the S's. Not quite close enough for Martins. Into the S and bouncing all over the place. And, oh, was that a little tap of frustration? Somebody else is gone. Briefest moments. Chicane. Cardi's always been sideways through here for this race. So pretty much nothing's changed in the past minute or so. Oh, punt! Santos locks it up, and Alexander Milot was a victim in that incident. That was a straight-up punt by Santos. That was very unpleasant. That actually promotes Sanito Alpha to the second position with Suliak charging right behind him. This increases the gap from lead to second by 3 to 12 seconds right on the dot. Celiac tries to get a run for the second position through the S's. Get a good run here, and you're set up for the next good passing zone. The right-hand hairpin has been the site of a lot of incidents today. Not able to get a good run off the prior S's, so he's just going to have to sit there for the time being. Meantime, to get back to the championship story, Mike Dos Santos currently cruising in 7th position. This has to be the position that he has to finish in order to clinch the title no matter what Spinola does. But Dos Santos is going to be all over the place. You have to figure, even as a hard charger as Dos Santos, he wants to win, so he's going to try his darndest to get up to Tommy Nelson, but I don't think a sand trap excursion is going to get the job done. Sorry. Four cars currently out of this event. David Torres went out on lap 3, followed behind by Mangy-Cours going out 5 laps later. A couple more retirements later of Christian Struys and Karsten Rudolph. So those guys have seen their mates early. The leaders have completed 20 laps so far. In this timed event, 16 cars currently on the lead lap. Spinola currently working on the lap traffic. I believe that might be going. Oh wait, that's Brian Ochoa. With all these different cars, basically same car, different skins. It's sometimes a little difficult to pick out which one's which. Yeah, tries to push up to Samuel Alpha. Still looking around for a good fight at the moment. Everybody seems to be single file. Martins looked like he was going to make a dive on Pseudo, but that would have been ill-advised. Probably would have never made it. Side-by-side contact between Paulo Martins and Victor Pseudo. That is going to send Pseudo back to the 10th position. Going to lose that to Barry Hendrick even. That looked to be a case of Pseudo got a little bit sideways, and when Paulo Martin pounced, he just slid right up into him and then lost himself some positions. We'll take a look at that in replay momentarily. In the meantime, missing nothing up front. It's still single file. Let's take a look in the replay. While back, we're going to go inside the car with Pseudo. This is from a few moments ago when we lost his top 10 run. This is about 60 seconds ago, so it may take a little while to catch up. Should be able to see what happens inside. Oh, he just actually makes the turn. Looks like Martin just flat nailed him. Let's take a look at it. Back it up. Martin right there just turns in. And they both get the bad end of that one. You have to figure Paulo Martin's got some right side damage from that incident. That I would say that was the fault of Paulo Martin's. Meanwhile, battle for the second position is ticking inside of 10 minutes to go. Actually, 9 minutes to go. Sanio Alpha has Valentin Suliak right on his rear wing. Going to try and make the run here. Currently on board. Can't quite get there, but he's going to try to get a run off. A little too much curve, I would say, on that run. Probably losing a couple of moments right there. Ooh, watch the headlights. There's the long. Oh, lap traffic. One car way off the base. That appears to be Nicholas Joseph. Got a lot of damage to that machine. Best spot on the track, Victor Suto and Barry Hendrick. Nose to tail, 4th position. Mark Hardy follows along behind a slightly distant 11. Just waiting on the clock to tick down. Second place, nothing has changed. Still the same suspects. Currently keeping an eye on this 9th place battle. It seems to be the best spot on the track for some action, but looking like Barry Hendrick just seems to be content keeping back there. He's right there at the fronts if he needs to, but don't see him wanting to move his way up through the field. Cardi's getting in real close. Oh, somebody's off into the gravel. Tony Palmero giving us a win. He's currently 4 laps down in 19th position. Not just hanging in there. Making sure he doesn't get into too much trouble. That sort of brings Cardi in amongst this bunch as they take an evasive action, wondering where Tony is going to go. And oh, Cardi goes off. That looked to be a chain reaction. Pseudo slowed down a little bit. Barry Hendrick took the wide line, and then Cardi was all the way out there. Well, he was able to save it and then be able to get the car back onto the track. Whoa! A lot of curve here by Victor Pseudo, bouncing up and over. Let's take a look back at the lap traffic. Lynn Waldo, 15th, only 1 lap down, but that car looks pretty darn clean, and that is going to be a key thing. Just keep the car clean. You'll have a good run eventually. Brandon Showa, 16th. It's got a little nose damage, but it's still chugging along. Ruben Svillo is in 17th. Having a good night of it. Nicholas Joseph. It's 2 laps down in 18th in a bright orange Mustang. Several of those running around, and I believe this one's actually the last one left of those bunches. Bunch of oranges. Previously aforementioned Tony Palmero brings up the caboose, 19th. But he's still out there, and that's the key thing. To finish first, you must first finish. Alexander Milot, 4th on the track. He's running second for the longest time, but hasn't been able to close the gap after a couple of incidents. Meantime, a look back here at McCarty. Jan Spool. They're running the same speed, so let's turn on tickers so you can figure out who's who. McCarty has the position. Jan Spool probably wants it, if he can. Ooh, sideways by McCarty. They're having a good go of it so far. Pseudo still has Barry Hendrick on his rear bumper. They're having a good run of it so far, but in the meantime, Barry Hendrick can't quite close the gap. I don't think he's going to have enough to make the move here. Well, he's going to go to the outside. Out-breaking game of chicken. Victor Pseudo went to the inside. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Pseudo tried to cut off Barry Hendrick, and I don't think Hendrick's going to like that too much. He's going to go to the inside. Closing minutes of this race. Pseudo gets the better run through the corner. Oh, McCarty blew the motor. How did this happen? Taking a look in replay. McCarty is the car we are focusing on. Showing as going out due to an engine failure. This has to be a case of downshifting gone awry. Or maybe hit the wall hard enough and it just broke the motor. We'll see. Now goes Carty. From the server. Let's take a look right here. This would have to be the place to do it. Gets the hairpin all wrong, and yeah, that thing's dead. Let's listen to it inside. Yep, broke the motor. So, unfortunate result for McCarty. Just a couple of minutes to go from the finish, and he's out of it. Meantime, battle for third. Just getting down to the closing minutes. Soliak has turned his lights on. Thank you for making it easy to identify him. This is the battle for third. The Milot wants the position. They use the same skin, so it's kind of hard to tell who's who. They're going to keep going at it. Looks to be the final lap, I would say, just based on the time. Daniel Spinola is just in Sector 1. I don't think he'll be able to get back enough to start another lap, so it looks like this will be the final lap of this event. Daniel Spinola, for the most part, the path to success for him was getting a quick run at qualifying. It was one of the blue cars. Frigoto spun in front of him. He's able to avoid that. Got through qualifying. Best lap, I believe, was a minute 35.6. And thus far, Spinola was able to hold off the hard charge from Alexander Milot and then proceed. Currently, the gap between first and second is 7.6 seconds, so a mistake here could still prove to be a mistake. Oh, did I say mistake? I'm sorry, I jinxed it. Daniel Spinola tries to get around Tony Palmero, but Tony's forcing the issue, and I think he might shove him off here momentarily if this doesn't ease up at least a bit. A couple of corners to go. Spinola finally gets around him. Just has to get around this last turn, okay, and he's going to win the race. Does so successfully. So Daniel Spinola is going to win the finale for the Mustangs LE series in Mangy-Cours, France. Oh, now finish the second, tries to give Spinola a body shot at the end. Car cycling through. Nilsson, top 5 run. Dos Santos, championship leader going into the event. I believe this will do it for him. I believe Dos Santos has actually won the championship. We will see momentarily. We are waiting for the rest of the field to finish. Barry Hendrick comes home, top 10. So a good run for everybody. Daniel Spinola manages to get the victory. Total time for his race, 45 minutes, 37.798 seconds. Looking like Joseph is going to be the last car to finish. Nope, looks like it's going to be Luke Spray's last car on the lead lap in 12th. We're just waiting on him to get out of here. And we'll be done. Last car across the line, 47 minutes and 6 seconds, minute 29 behind. Well done to all of the finishers in this special event on RGC1. Your race victor is Daniel Spinola. I'm looking at TeamSpeak to see if we can get somebody. Doesn't look like it. They're all sort of hanging out. TeamSpeak doesn't look like anybody's going to be interested. Second place, Sanino Alpha. 3 seconds back. Valentin Suliak is in third. Alexander Milot, fourth. Tommy Nilsson, top 5 in the running order. Then Kaka Santos, Mike Dos Santos in 7th. I believe, as I previously stated, he's won the championship with just a couple of points to spare. But we'll see in the final running order once Race2Play official puts it up. Paulo Martins, 8th. Victor Suto finishes 9th. Barry Hendrick, 10th. 38 seconds back. Jan Sproul, 11th. And Lucas Abreu in 12th is the last car on the lead lap. 3 cars, 1 lap down. Eduardo Frigoto, 13th. Glenn Waldo, 14th. Brian Choa, 15th. Rubens Filho, 16th. His first car 2 laps down. Then Nicholas Joseph in 17th. Mark Hardy blew the motor, but was able to finish 15th. The last finisher on track, Tony Palmero, in the 19th position. 4 cars crashed out of this event. Christian Stroys, Carson Rudorf, Ramon Pujols, and David Torres, all finishing to DNF, so either accidents or time warp incidents. So with that, that concludes this this event. Doesn't look like anybody's going to want to get on TV. Everybody's a little bit camera shy. They're used to seeing all the big boys in the Formula 1 Pro Series hanging out in the victory booth, but a good show for everybody out there. That concludes, actually, the Mustang LE series for, I believe it's season 25, I think we're on. I'll have to double check. But in the meantime, looks to be a very interesting series, so we might, if the timing is right, we might get a couple of more of these events in. So if you are in the neighborhood of Race2Play and you want to get yourself on camera, just find the Mustangs, sign up, and we'll see about getting it covered. So in the meantime, I believe that about wraps it up for this event. So for Daniel Spinola, Mike Dos Santos, I haven't already forgotten all these names. Good grief. Not bad. Anyways, for everybody on the track, Tim MacArthur, Todd Weiss, Race2Play admins, my name is Lynn Kenchlow, and that concludes this event. So, till we meet again, see you later.